I would say that his passion is his strongest asset. And if he can just turn it in the right direction, it would be a huge asset to him.
So
But his passion is
Bolden.
turned toward brooding and being upset about the past. Yeah, bold and
This
brash.
one?
That's good. Yeah, he is. I think of all of them, he would be the first to actually, like, without hesitation, give up his life for the rest of the family.
This ain't your grandmother's dusty old poetry book. Fall in, bookworm maggots. This is Poetry Bootcamp, third Friday of every month on the Poets at War Creative Network.
For men grow weary of fairyland when the dragon is a dream, and tire of the talking bird in the tree, the singing fish in the stream, and the wandering stars grow stale, and the wonder is stiff with scorn. For this is the honor of fairyland and the following of the horn.
So, what's on the docket for today as far as Poetry Bootcamp goes?
Yeah, that was kind of up in the air. I've had a crazy week, as everyone has had, I'm sure, trying to get ready for Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. We
Almost
are
dying.
recording this on the 26th of November, for those listening. And I think we had a whole list of scenes, and I think what I was going to do was look at those scenes, but you have those scenes and you're driving, so don't worry about that.
I can either get those scenes to you or get Debbie to give them to you.
Okay, however you want to do it, but I was thinking we could start placing them in rough chronological order to give us a little bit of backbone to start outlining episodes and arcs and things of that nature, and start actually putting them in a timeline, essentially.
I'm significantly less than certain that that's actually going to help get like a structure that you're wanting, because there's very little there of substance except for like just character beats.
It'll help more than you think it will.
Okay.
I think it will anyway. We're not needing heavy structure right now. We're needing light structure to start filling in with more, like, okay, what would happen in between these two things? What has to happen in between these 2 points? This is what I call tweening, right? In storytelling, right? Most stories begin with kind of pictures, for me anyway, similar to how C.S. Lewis thought of the faun in the snowy wood, and you get those and you write them all down and you go, okay, who is he, and we've already got our characters down pretty well. So now we've got some character moments, nothing
some of them.
too crazy. Yeah, maybe we need more character moments. Maybe we need to, just continue hammering that out at the moment.
I would be perfectly good with that. I want to get more characters actually fleshed out, because we only have half of the family fleshed out as of right now, and we have no other characters except for our primary antagonist. So,
well,
I personally think that would be a good idea. But
we do have allusions to the romantic interest of the older daughter.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we at least have him.
Mm-hmm. But that's later seasons, didn't we say?
I don't know if we said specifically later seasons or not. Is that's going to be an interesting situation regardless. Do you need me to turn off camera for a minute, Casey? No? Are you coming to say hi? No? Okay.
I was just came to wonder what you did with those candy bags.
Down there.
By the way, hi Casey.
He said hi.
I emailed the collaborate link to you.
Okay.
Joshua.
Alrighty.
Just your Gmail account. That's the one that's linked to your Apple ID, right?
Potentially. If it's Joshua David Ling, no. But we'll get it figured out. I'm not too worried about it. The other thing is, I was thinking of taking this one and the last one and making AI notes out of the transcript anyway.
Yeah.
Because then that would give us a little bit more than what we've written down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's being a little funky. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Might be able to download it. Here we go. And open. See what we get. But yeah, that would maybe even do the several past episodes if I can swing it. I still don't have a paid LLM yet. You have the Apple stuff though. That might work. I don't know. I don't know how good it is or not.
I haven't really messed around with the like transcription note taking stuff as of yet, but everything I've messed.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. Let's see. This is a lot more organized than I was expecting. I'm loving it. It's small, but it's very organized.
Yep.
I'm used to not working.
I've been chipping away at situation. It. I've been chipping away at it, trying to get it to trying to make sure that we could actually understand what was going on and go to like the outline that's generated in Pages.
I don't think
so. Each family has their own heading.
What'd you say, Daniel?
Has this document been shared with me?
Do you have an Apple device?
Sure. I don't think that I've shared it with anybody.
I have an
Apple device. Except for Joshua just now.
Okay. Can you send your email to the chat and I'll just forward it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, just sent that to you. And I would show it to you guys, but I don't have a real smooth way of doing that at the moment. If I really have to, I will figure it out here shortly in OBS. But basically, yes, Daniel?
Oh, you said you sent it to me, right?
I did.
There it is.
Love the logo, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's see.
I really like that one. I was really happy with it. It was super simple to do, but I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So far the scenes we've got a lone singer / mage faces an entire orchestra. The sourdough starter is found to contain / be the cure to an otherwise incurable disease. One of the Rutt children is fidgeting with something, it gets taken away, they fidget with something else, it gets taken away, rinse and repeat. This is happening in the background while the mother and father are talking about something important. The older daughter has a romance with a guy from one of the schools who is a character like Phoebus from Hunchback. One of the Rutt kids gets banned.
I'm not sure if I spelled Phoebus right.
That's okay. One of the Rutt kids gets banned from reading for doing it too much. They then get into hijinks. Okay, so yeah, we don't have a whole lot there yet, but
that's what I was saying. I just don't feel like we have enough to call it a plot yet.
I felt like there was a little bit more than that, but that's okay. All right.
That's all of them that we discussed last time. That's all of the plot point wish list that we had. Plus, I added the first one because I thought that would be really cool. Because you were talking about like how music is only a prized part of the like the enemy school system whenever it's an orchestra. Because the only way that you can have a single person be super powerful is with massive amounts of heart and emotion. And so I thought that the visual of kind of like your Minstrel Boy logo, the visual of a single singer standing up against an entire like orchestra and choir right there
Right.
I think that's just a really striking visual.
Yep. All right. So, do we want to flesh out some of the rest of the family? We've got Nicodemus and Felicilin, the husband and wife. We have Ahaziah. Due to a tragic accident early in his life, Ahaziah is now rather simple-minded. He is not one for speaking. It is rare for him to say more than a couple paragraphs in a week. But with a hammer in his hand, he creates sonnets of steel, poems of pewter, couplets of copper, and verses of vanadium. He is a true artist in smithing. Okay, and then Zeliana, generally carrying the mild manner and practical mind of her mother. Most would never guess that Zell got all the word count that Ahaziah lost. With a tongue sharper than one of her brother's blades, Zell is a force to be reckoned with when someone crosses her, or her family, or anyone she loves, or likes, or agrees with. Very good. I like how you wrote that. Okay.
Thank you.
Edmund is the next one in the line. We didn't specifically name him Edmund, but he's going to be an Edmund.
We said Edmund Eustace type character.
Yeah. Someone who whines and complains and is getting into trouble and all that kind of jazz.
And you can collaborate with it. Like, you can write on this note.
Yes,
I shared it collaboratively, so.
I got that. I'm just trying to think of where to go from here, because you did not write the further siblings yet. Should we just go ahead and get them down while we're at it? You had this in mind.
That's a good idea.
The twins are next, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, the twins are next.
Cornelius and Caraticus.
Yep, Cornelius and Caraticus.
And then following them would be who?
Then we have a 5-year-old who's goofy and dark, who is as of yet unnamed.
That would be a girl, right?
Yes.
Creepy, dark, and then an unnamed Jack character, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I suggest that we go full homage here, and call the baby Jacqueline?
I was thinking it would be a male. That sounds like a female name to me.
What's our gender balance in the family so far?
We've got male, female, male, 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 female, male, or female at the end. So yes, we could do
balancing the gender.
Another girl at the end. You want to do one more girl?
Yeah, I think so. Daniel, what's your thought?
I'd roll dice, honestly. What's our current percentage of
male and female?
If we do boy, then it's what, 5 boys to 2 girls?
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the last one a girl? It says no. Whenever I need a yes or no thing, I typically roll dice, and second time it says no.
Okay.
Third time, that's the dice. It's a weak yes and then 2 strong no's.
All right, let's see here. I'm liking the naming convention in general. Let's start with Edmund and get him some kind of name. I want it. I don't want it to sound dark, but I don't want it to sound like something necessarily that he's getting bullied for, like a Eustace thing. It doesn't make sense to me. I want it to be something that's like you're not living up to your name, almost. Does that make sense?
What if he was named after the guy who the school is named after?
Hugh? H-U-G-H? I have no problem with having a Hugh. I'm totally messing up the formatting.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as we get it written, I can go back and get the formatting fixed.
Okay.
Because formatting is kind of my jam.
Okay. All right. So Hugh is the Edmund character. And then we have not fleshed out Cornelius and Caraticus specifically much, but I very much have just been initially considering sort of a Phineas Ferb vibe with a little bit more talkative Ferb. If that makes sense.
I've only seen like one episode of Phineas and Ferb, and that was like whenever I was 8, but I do know the character interaction you're talking about. So yeah, that works.
One that's sort of charismatic and talks for the two, and then one who's sort of like background calculating everything for them.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was thinking Cornelius would be the A-type personality, and Caraticus would be the B-type.
Sounds good to me.
A-type twin, and Caraticus would be the B-type twin. And this is definitely going to be something that evolves as we work on it. Their two personalities, it's just a starting point. I really do want to like drill down on their dynamic, but I want that to go over time, you know, like as we work on it.
Yeah.
It feels like if we front load it too much, they're going to be unrealistic.
Yep, I agree.
Then we have our 5-year-old creepy dark. Oh, what about something like, you know, to throw an homage to Buffy, Drusilla, or something like that.
The dice.
Drusilla sounds good, but I feel like it's like a touch too dark.
Okay.
The dice. Do we make it Lilith? No.
No, we're not making it Lilith.
I know the dice didn't agree.
Debbie suggested Diamantha.
That's not bad. I'm not
dice
sold on that,
Diamantha
but I
isn't
really
bad.
like it.
Well, what about we homage Neil Gaiman and say Carolyn
Nah.
instead of Coraline? No, not feeling it.
No.
The dice do not like that one. I can go with another tier.
Let me do something fun here. Hold on. I'm feeling like she should have a name that's like not okay, let me go to do my old trick that I do sometimes when I'm feeling the vibe of certain languages. Let's try Irish Gaelic and just put the word pitch, as in pitch black.
But also music pitch.
Right, but I'm looking for the specific word for pitch, as in the color, or not the color, but like the stuff that you make.
Yeah.
Smoking fire pitch. Okay, pronunciate. Okay. It's CAITHEA MH. I'm gonna try to see how that's pronounced, and we can Anglicise it if we need to. Pronunciation. I don't want to do black because that's Roisin. Roisin is not terrible, but
yeah.
Kythom. Kyth. I like the Kyth.
Yeah, I like Kyth too.
I like Illa, but they don't go together really. Kythilla.
What about Kythelin?
We already have an Illin. I'm not against it, but
Well, that's specifically what I was thinking. We do already have an Illin. She could be like, that could be referencing back to her mom.
Yeah.
That was my thought. It's not a great name. Like, I'm not tied to it or anything, but it is a thought.
Kythryn.
Kythryn's fun.
Let's see.
Done.
Okay, we're picking names for a character. Who's the character again?
The
dark
5-year-old
brooding
5-year-old girl.
Dark and brooding.
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, your typical like creepy child.
Yeah, I knew this one girl especially. I knew this one girl back in my earlier years. Anytime her parents had relied on corporal punishment, you could hear her laughing from 3 rooms over.
What was her name?
Her name was Tabby.
Yeah, Tabby doesn't work.
I don't know. Dark and
Nike?
brooding. I don't know. A part of me likes the juxtaposition of like dark and brooding character with like girly, frilly, flowery name.
Yeah, but that makes her seem more evil than she is.
Yeah.
Soldiers of the Artistic Battalion, prepare for a momentary pause as we charge into the realm of commercials. Calling all companies and individuals with a message to share. Are you looking to reach an audience that marches to the beat of a different drum? If your audience enjoys the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lord of the Rings, chances are our audience are the very people you're looking for. The Poets at War Creative Network, a bastion of Christian artistry, is now accepting new advertisers to join our ranks. Our listeners are the dreamers, the creators, the faithful seeking inspiration in a world of chaos. Don't let this opportunity pass you by like a ship in the night. Your message could be heard by many eager ears from our home front. Act now. Contact our general via email, joshuadavidling@gmail.com, to secure your spot in our programming. Remember, in these trying times, it's not just bullets and bandages that win wars. It's also books, brushes, and the power of imagination. Advertise now on the Poets at War Creative Network by emailing joshuadavidling@gmail.com.
Hello, I'm Sarah Levesque, Editor-in-Chief of Logo Sophia magazine. I would like to invite you to explore our Pilgrim's Journal of Life, Love, and Literature, both in visual format and in podcast format. Our goal is to help bridge the gaps between different Christian denominations and traditions. Please visit our website at logosophiamag.com to read or listen to stories, articles, poetry, and more, all for free. We look forward to journeying with you.
Soldiers, advance! We've emerged from the commercial abyss, ready to resume our mighty march on Poets at War.
How about Kathy?
Yeah, the dice are okay with it.
Like Kathy, but Kythe.
Yeah.
I like it. Kythana.
What was the one you had?
I like that one best so far. Kythe, and I was throwing out Kythana.
I like I really like Debbie's Diamantha. I think that got the strongest yes response from us.
Which one was it?
Diamantha.
Diamantha. My dice aren't liking any of our options, but that's fine. Diamantha or Kythe.
What about just Kythe? What about just Kythe?
I like Kythe.
I feel like that feels very like, it feels cute and like something that they would name her, but then like the name just becomes creepier as she grows older, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Kythe. I like Kythe. And I would do it with a K, Kith.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be Kith?
Oh, excuse me,
Kith?
It has to be
Kaith.
Kithe.
I was thinking Kaith.
That would
It'd be Kaith.
We could do an E
It
on
has
the
to have
end.
an E on the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I like
Is this
Kythe.
not?
Yep, I like Kythe.
There needs to be at least one person who calls her Keith.
Eh,
Do not autocorrect
a drag
Katie.
queen doing stories at the library before getting executed publicly.
Oh no.
What?
INSA officer. That's a joke. It's a joke.
It's not.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh.
And then the Jack Jack baby. Tombril. Tombril. Tombril isn't bad.
Tomothy.
Tomothy. I kind of like that too. Tomothy.
I like Tomothy. I think Tomothy works really well for a Jack Jack-esque character.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's
It's
Tomothy.
just absurd enough.
Yeah, okay. So actual first names, we've got Nicodemus Felicilin, Ahaziah, Zeliana, Hugh, Cornelius, Caradicus, Kythe, and Tomothy. That seems like a very realistic, like, these are the names they came up with in order at these times in their life. Because there's
definitely.
There's a leaning on longer names. There's one that got shortened. It's like, oh, we got carried away, and then the next one is Hugh, right?
Yep.
And then they went back to Cornelius and Caradicus, probably family names or something like that, and then went back to the singular thing, and then by the end they're like, oh no, I think I liked it. I think I liked the longer names, but let's not go as long. Tomothy. That all makes a lot of sense, you know, from like a naming perspective. Cool. All right, we've got the family named, and we can delve deeper into any of them at any point. I think
that we should get at least one solid character trait written down for each of them, each of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we can figure out like other things. But I want to have at least one good character trait for each one.
If we need inspiration for any of that, I have this thing called the Deck of Fate. It is not tarot cards. It is role-playing stuff.
Sounds like witchcraft to me.
It is not, but
I love how
it does.
The guys writing homeschooled Harry Potter are talking about this. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so each card, it's meant to be used like instead of like some dice for a role-playing game, and each one has a dialogue prompt or so for instance, if we're drawing cards for personality traits for each character, right? The first one I drew is horrifying incompetence. So you could use that as inspiration as a starting point. As like one of these.
This sounds like if you were trying to play D&D, but instead of having dice, you used Cards Against Humanity.
That's almost what this is, except it's not like as crass.
Fair enough.
Okay. So like, which character might have some sort of horrifying incompetence?
Kythe and Tomothy, because they're babies.
Definitely Kythe.
How do you say her name? Kythe?
What?
Kythe.
Kythe.
Kai and then TH.
Kythe, but with the TH at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one could go to Kythe. Okay, we got a positive trait and just sort of positive, not really great. Well practiced or a shining moment?
Yeah, I think these are too
A shining
generic.
moment isn't really a character trait. Yeah.
Some of them are a little too generic, and they're not all character traits.
I don't think well practiced is bad.
No, that's why it gives you 2.
That's
It
Zell.
gives like
That's Zell.
Yeah.
Zell is like super careful and practiced about everything.
Okay, so there's
Is she super careful and practiced about everything, or does she have one thing that she's careful and practiced at?
No, she's careful and practiced about everything. I think that she is really I think needs to be the good mirrored image in many ways of what Anastasia Rosella could have been.
Okay.
I think that she is really the one who, on a functional level, kind of runs the family as far as like chores and day-to-day stuff on a managerial level. Because Ahaziah is slow, and he makes money. He helps make money for the family. He has the one thing he's particularly good at. He is simple. He is going to fight for his family if he needs to, but even then he'd be slow to do so just because he is that kind of slow. That also falls into Hugh as the 3 older children, because Hugh ends up becoming the oldest male functionally, even though he's not the oldest male. I think that he has a slight resentment toward his brother. Potentially if this accident happened a little later in life, especially, and he's never been the same, they might have been, friends at an early age, right? Like he's 5 and Ahaziah is like 10 or something like that. And they and Zell had a really good relationship and played together, and then he got hurt, and then everything changed, and now the family has to lean on Hugh for certain things, that, basically being the secondary man, right? And he has a resentment because of what happened, but he also misses his brother in some ways, but he's also here, and so there's all kinds of complicated darkness there. Zell has dealt with it functionally because she's very matter of fact, and she loves him, and she can deal with it on a loving level, partly due to the fact that she's female, but her brother really doesn't know what to do, right? They used to be rough and tumble, they used to play, and I think that creates a really interesting dynamic between the 3. I mean, stop me if you think I'm crazy on any of this or cliche or anything of that nature, but I really do.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
So far we have like well practiced as Zell. We have this horrifying incompetence, which belongs to the second male of the family.
No, to Timothy.
Okay, I need to write
to Kythe or Timothy. Yeah,
Kythe or Timothy,
because they're children. They're very, very young.
Okay.
I think particularly Timothy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, my dice agreed with that.
Cool.
Because something is... Yes.
Yes, I have a good feeling about that. Which of these characters... I do feel like a little weird. This is my part of my process for doing my stories. I have to randomize it somewhat and then build off of it. Which of these characters would you relate to having like a trick up their sleeve at any point?
Cornelius and Caraticus.
Definitely.
The twins?
Yep, definitely the twins.
Okay, so help me stay centered in what we're doing here a little bit. And yes, I'm talking a little bit like an ABA therapist.
That's fine.
What color would you associate with the twins?
Red and green. Red for Cornelius, green for Caraticus.
Okay, red and green.
I agree with green. I'd go orange.
Sure.
For Caraticus, though.
Okay,
sure.
So green and orange. What would you associate with Zell?
Yellow.
Yellow?
I was thinking light
Okay.
blue, but yeah.
I also thought light blue.
I'll go with light blue then.
Okay.
But yellow,
Uh,
yellow is what I was thinking, especially as kind of a parallel to Anastasia,
Mm-hmm.
because I just think of school people as yellow.
Okay, so yellow.
Let's
or
go with light blue.
Okay. What is the oldest guy's name?
Ahaziah.
Ahaziah.
Okay, what color?
I'm purple.
I,
That's what
I
I
was
think.
thinking purple or like a deep burgundy red.
Yeah, something like
The
that. Yeah.
most I got is that one.
Okay, so
Or
purple it is.
Okay. What's your next
Kythe
character?
is black.
Kythe. Okay.
Kythe is black. We missed Hugh. Hugh is the one above the twins, below Zell. He would be red probably. That's what I would think.
Above the twins, below Zell, so third in order.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then Timothy would be yellow or brown, I think.
Okay.
What character traits do we have for Hugh?
He is the Edmundy character so far. I don't have anything specifically for him yet, other than he has trauma because he's got trauma he's acting out on because of what happened to Ahaziah and how Zell manages him, basically.
Okay.
And how he's like the oldest but not the oldest male. Because of the whole situation, he's like supposed to be, and he's even named Hugh because of a hero. You know, he has this like hero but never a hero Anakin complex.
Okay, so I still need to pull up that folder so I can have their names all tracked. Having a tactile visualizer like what I'm doing really helps me stay engaged.
That's fine.
Okay, come on. Open.
It's interesting visually for the video too, so I'm being patient.
I'm trying to get pages to load, but it's just not. So this is.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works. So, as far as I think we've got a good cut on the main three. I feel like the you know how big families, especially Alex, you would know this, but Daniel too, I guess, you always kind of get these little cliques within the children. I feel like the older three were a clique, and now it's mainly Zell. Zell bridges the gap between Hugh and Ahaziah, and they're no longer really a trio because of the whole situation. And then Cornelius and Caraticus are their own little thing. And then Kythe and Timothy are their own little thing, right?
Where do you? Okay, I finally have it pulled up. I'm desperately trying to. Okay, finally I got it. Okay, so we have. Oh, so is the baby under
Timothy.
Zell?
No. Is this thing supposed to automatically update? Because if it's not logged into my thing, could I still open the file and edit it and then it's not updating over the cloud?
Show all activity.
Alex, you're muted or something.
1 sec, I'm checking.
Okay. Because I wrote down some stuff, but I don't know that it's updating for Daniel.
Nope, it is not updated.
Yeah, I figured not. So
can you force an update?
I don't know how.
Is there a button that?
No.
There's a way.
I don't know where that would be. Also, like, wouldn't I have to be in the one that you sent it to?
Yeah, did you just open a copy or did you?
I just downloaded the thing and opened it in Pages. Because that's not my Apple ID.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm home and can actually send it.
Okay, do you want me to save it and send it to you as an attachment?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, let me do that. Whoop, not a PDF. Just save as is. And then I will upload and resend to you. This is riveting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. But hey, isn't the entire point of this show to show people what the creative process looks like?
Yes, absolutely.
Like this is absolutely how this works. You spend 15 minutes getting really good stuff, and then you realize, oh crap, our technology crapped out.
Basically.
Are you resending me the thing?
No, just a minute.
He's sending me the thing, and then I'll work on, and then I'll send it over to you.
Then he's gonna get it to where it actually is collaborativable.
Okay, I gotcha. I could have sworn it was so I guess whatever. I don't know.
Hold on one second.
So it's just not updating on my end, or you haven't?
No,
put anything?
it's my end. Give me a minute.
Well, I mean, I'm right here. I'm looking at the thing.
Yeah, I updated it, and it's not updating to you because of Apple ID and all kinds of other stuff. So just a minute. Alex is gonna fix it all. Why can I never remember your dang email? Okay, got it.
It's
I got it.
There.
How do I get the stupid activity bar down? Table of contents, page thumbnail. Oh, I just click different.
There we go. Okay. Should be sent. You should be able to get it and do the thing. And then y'all can update it and I'll just deal.
Okay, I am staring at the dang thing and I can't get stupid like sidebar, like table contents or activity tracker. I can't get it to go away.
Are you on a... There we are.
I'm on Pages.
How to download. Are you on your phone, an iPad, MacBook?
MacBook.
Then it's just drag the sidebars away. There's like a yeah, see that?
Right there.
There you go.
Okay. So I have oldest son.
Yeah, you have Alex's version of it.
Second daughter is Zell. That's who we said was well practiced. What did we say Isaiah was? Did we give him something yet?
He's the one with the tragic accident.
Isaiah's already a
simple.
craftsman.
Yeah.
We already had something for you, Isaiah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think I actually have a card out already that's this could be this one, Eureka. I'm just trying to get him a card that makes sense to jog my memory. Okay.
We might need to see about getting some kind of whiteboard technology up in here somehow. In the future.
Not to pull the Apple fanboy card, but Apple does have Freeform.
They don't like my iCloud no matter what I do.
They don't like they don't like your just iCloud account. It doesn't work.
Let me put it this way. I have never used it properly.
Intentionally
intentionally never used it properly.
Got it.
I hate how it takes over the computer. I'm very locally minded in that way.
Fair enough.
Locally Windowsy minded.
Did
it come through?
Yes, it did. Daniel, I need your email.
I got it. Hold on. It's in the chat. It's in the chat. He sent that a minute ago.
Then I will go grab that.
No, I mean, some of these cards act as like nice little writing prompts, then some are just meh. Oh, I found the card for Isaiah. I don't like it, but it's the one.
That is so
Right?
mean.
It is.
What is
but
it?
It
it
just
says
says slow. It's true though.
It's
He's not. He's not slow though. He
Yeah.
just he's very fast when doing the one thing he's very good at.
Right.
okay. So I'll find another
Hey,
one.
Isaiah, our character.
So it's slow, but also something else. Oh, actually, I think I like this one. So he's slow, but then just like a little tag for me to jog my memory. This one, it says fortunate reversal.
Okay.
I like it. So slow, but he's got a fortunate reversal. Fortunate turn of fate there. He's well practiced. And then the Eustace Edmund troublemaker character. I found this really funny one, and it is on the more crass side, but there's a more clean version of it. It says Major Snafu, and it's an abbreviation that means situation normal, all fouled up, which means the situation is bad, but that is the normal state of affairs
Okay.
for that character.
I'm not sure that I'm relatively certain that snafu predates that acronym.
Possibly, but that's what I look up whenever I'm seeing snafu. SNAFU. Sorry, SNAFU.
I believe that was created as a military acronym.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got
Hey
your
guys,
books.
guess what I have?
Yeah. See him. Look at that. He got the book.
Oh, nice. Is that No Nice World?
Yes.
Yep. The nice new version.
I wanted to get that one, but money. So.
And guess what? It's signed.
Nice.
Very cool.
How do we feel about this tag for our Edmund character? What is his name?
His name is Hugh. Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh.
Huh?
Is that short for Hubert?
Hugh. Hugh. No, just Hugh. It's a medieval name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was just wondering because I know that the association that I always have for the name Hugh is Sir Malcolm and the Missing Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And that it's short for Hubert.
Right.
How are we thinking about this as just my dialogue prompt to keep me in major snafu, as in situation, normal, all fouled up?
For him?
Yeah.
Potentially, I guess. That's up to you. This is more for you. Keep track of stuff, right? I'm not saying do it by yourself. I'm willing to help. I'm just like, yeah, if that works for you.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I'm just trying to get, are we saying like he is like always in a perpetual state of chaos and the things, and just he's living with the natural consequences
just because it's good.
He is in a place where it feels like nothing matters to him anymore, and nothing he can do can make anything better. So why not do what's fun?
Okay. So my thinking, it sounds like, yeah, he is kind of made a mess of things, and now he's just kind of living with the.
Well, he didn't make the mess of it. Things things happen to him. Nothing. He didn't do anything to his brother. I don't think. I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be like it's his fault and he lives with it, because that would make him a lot darker than what I'm looking for. I think he is saddled with a great hero's name. The school in their district is named after a great hero named Hugh. He is named after the great local hero named Hugh, which we can delve into and make him more of a thing. But he's named after a hero. His brother was the oldest. Now his brother is not able to do the responsibilities of the eldest sibling, and he gets stuck with all of that instead. His family looks up to him to be the eldest male, but he gets bossed around by his older sister. All of this kind of stuff. So like, he's just like, get out of the responsibility and have fun.
Gotcha. Yep. I'm with you. Now, the twins. They're the main character?
Yes.
Or one of them is?
Yes.
They both are.
The twins are the main characters.
Okay,
Yes.
so what kind of relates to them?
They are type A and type B. One of them is Cornelius is the one who's sort of like charismatic and upfront about things, and Caraticus is always like calculating and planning things behind the scenes. But they do have some of both. Like they can swap roles if they need to. But Cornelius is just a little bit more competent in the showmanship
takes the edge
of
off
things. And Caraticus is a little bit more competent in the like delivering whatever they're delivering on, if that makes sense. They both love inventing things and experimenting and getting into trouble and all that kind of stuff. They're very much like they want to make the future a better place.
Attention, valiant warriors of the imagination. Prepare for a temporary ceasefire as we navigate the commercial labyrinth.
Are you looking to turn your book into an audiobook? Look no further than Joshua David Ling, your go-to professional audiobook narrator and producer. With his captivating voice and state-of-the-art equipment, Joshua delivers audio experiences that will keep your listeners hooked from start to finish. Using his top-of-the-line microphone, Shure SM7B, and professional audio editing techniques, Joshua ensures every word is crystal clear and every emotion is perfectly conveyed. Whether you're crafting a thrilling novel or an insightful nonfiction work, Joshua's versatile talents shine through. From character voice acting to technical narration, Joshua's expertise covers a wide range of genres and subjects. He's worked with respected names like Founders Press, Ian Wilson, Freddie Morales, and many more, proving his ability to meet and exceed client expectations. But Joshua offers more than just voice. His collaborative approach means your vision stays at the heart of the project, resulting in an audiobook that truly represents your work. Ready to take your book to the next level? Contact Joshua David Ling today at joshuadavidling@gmail.com or call or text 770-814-1849. Don't let your story go unheard. Let a true bard's voice bring it to life.
Attention all Christian writers and creative peoples. Are you searching for a place to share your work and receive encouragement from fellow wordsmiths? Look no further than the Broodcast. Inspired by the legendary Inklings of old, a group of writers who banded together during the Second Great War. The Broodcast is your monthly gathering for inspiration, fellowship, and critique. Join us as we share our stories and support our fellow soldiers on our creative missions. Enlist in the Broodcast community today at joshuadavidling.com/brood. Travel cyberspace. Serve the greatest cause. Join the ranks of the Brood today. He's the purveyor of pulp, the watcher of worms, and he plays a mean banjolele. He's also an excellent artist and writer, and one of the very founding members of the Brood.
Hi, I'm Ian Wilson, and you're watching me.
On Poets at War.
Soldiers, rise and march forward. We've returned from the commercial front lines to resume our poetic campaign on Poets at War.
That kind of a
Their
thing.
jobs in Wozniak.
Yeah, basically. jobs in Wozniak is a good idea, is a good way to put it. But before they got so specialized to where like they Cornelius can definitely go as far as Karaticus and anything, but it might take him a step longer, and vice versa on charisma, which Wozniak was not the most charismatic person.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Still isn't.
Okay, so one can just be. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one's more on the charismatic side, the other is more on the
yes, Cornelius is the more charismatic.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Cornelius just has the little dialogue prompt thing of, or no, wait, what's the other one? Who's the clever one?
They're both clever, but do you mean like the one who's more like calculating?
So they're both clever, but one seems like he's more like IQ and the other is more EQ.
No, they're both high IQ. One of them is higher EQ.
Okay.
But they are both high IQ.
Okay.
You know what's a really good
Yes, it did.
you guys might not know him, but a really good other set of brothers that this reminds me of, these two, are the brothers Chaps who created Homestar Runner.
Or what?
The brothers Chaps who created Homestar Runner. They, you know Homestar. I've shown you Homestar.
Yeah. I just don't know who they are.
Yeah. The one of them does 99.9% of the voices. The other one does one character, and then like when the cheat does like his own flash animations, like, you know, the character the cheat, Alex, when the cheat makes his own like crappy flash animations, Mike voices all of them instead of, oh wait, no, Mike voices them instead of Matt. Matt does all the voices normally, and then when they do crappy versions of stuff, they'll put Mike's voice on it, because Mike can't do voices except his own, basically. But they both shared the load when it came to actual animation, right? So one of the brothers did all the voices and animated half of it, and then Mike animated the other half, pretty much. That's a good explanation of these two, where they're both basically sharing half the brain load on everything. It's just that Cornelius is spending the time to do all the charisma stuff and speak for the two of them and be the outward brain, so to speak, as much as is needed. And Karaticus is happy to let him be the one speaking. But they literally share like half the load of whatever it is they're working on, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to describe it.
Now, it doesn't mean Karaticus will never speak, but he always picks his spots, right? When he speaks, he's making sure it counts, right? That's just the way that he does things, right? Like he lets Cornelius take the wheel, do the thing, speak for them, whatever the case may be. And while he's doing that, he's picking up the slack that Cornelius leaves behind, if there is any, right? But when they're actually working together, they're half and half, right?
So if Cornelius and Karaticus were alive today, they would be John and Hank Green.
That's another good one. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's another good example.
Both very smart, different types of intelligence, more so for the Greens. But both very smart, both good with each other, both work very well together.
Except for the Luigi games, you always see Mario on the packaging, on all of the you know, et cetera. But they're both actually sharing half the load if they're in the game together, 90% of the time, right? So that's the whole thing. Like, you've got Cornelius is Mario You know, he's the one who's up front. He's the one everyone knows. He's the one that, you know, he represents the two of them, essentially. Yep. But the two of them are an item together. They're a package deal.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of the deal.
Yeah.
It really is Jobs and Woz.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So do we have enough, Daniel? Do we have enough for Cornelius and Craticus, you think?
I'd say so. Just for my sake, which color do you associate with each of green and orange?
Was it green for Craticus and orange for Cornelius?
That's what I was thinking.
And
yeah.
Which one's the more charismatic one?
Orange.
Yeah, orange.
Okay, thank you.
Cornelius, yep.
That's what I needed. So I'm just going to give him... They're both clever, but couldn't find one that was just, like, charismatic or whatever. So I have Trick Up Your Sleeve as a little extra tag for him.
Okay.
It wasn't great.
So moving down from there, we have trying to remember, who do we have after them? It's the 5-year-old, right? Dark 5-year-old.
Can you say her name?
Kaith.
Yeah. Kaith, that's it.
K-E...
No, Kaithe.
Kaith.
T-H-E. Kaith. It's like Katie, but with an H. Okay. So
this is getting it in your bones, so this is helpful. I feel like once you get this in your bones, and this is good conversation so that we can get to know them fairly well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Zell kind of runs the family for the most part. Like Felicilin, the mom, she is she's very good and actually like is the CEO, so to speak, of the family, but a lot of the actual day-to-day management ends up on Zell.
The dad, why can't I think of his name?
Nicodemus.
Nicodemus is the commanding officer. Felicilin is the executive officer, and
Zell.
Zelliana is the executive officer's executive officer. I don't know that much about a
assistant to the regional manager.
I was thinking assistant.
Oh boy. Yeah, she's basically
I was thinking assistant.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So but yeah. Do you know about that from The Office? The assistant to the regional manager?
I do not.
Okay, so Dwight and Michael Scott basically like they have this whole running gag where Michael cannot give Dwight any kind of real title, but he wants to give Dwight a title just to make Dwight happy because Dwight's happy about titles and it makes him, you know. And so basically there's this whole thing where he keeps he is known as assistant to the regional manager because he cannot be assistant regional manager. Right. So he has this whole thing where like he I think one time he actually says, sure, fine, you can be assistant regional manager, and he goes and like whiteouts the to the on his business cards. That was pretty funny. Okay. So yeah, I was just thinking assistant to the regional manager, Rizal.
Yep.
But
assistant to the executive officer.
Are any of these
basically
particularly clumsy?
Ahaziah maybe.
Who?
Timothy, yeah. Well, yeah, the oldest and the youngest, because they're a baby and a slow person.
Okay.
Once again, except whenever Ahaziah is in the forge.
Right.
Exactly. You will never, ever see him trip or even make a false movement.
Right.
He is perfectly in control. He is like a synchronized swimmer or a like top tier ballet dancer whenever he is in the forge.
Is one of these characters particularly always in a panic state of mind?
Zeliana.
I wouldn't say panicked. I'd say she's pretty confident. Maybe Kaith, but I feel like Kaith is scared because she is scary, and everything around her is scary to her. Like
That's
she
fair.
lives.
That's a better answer.
She's living in a Tim Burton world in her mind.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. And I found one that I think might relate better to Zell. Overextended, just like stretched too thin.
Yes. Yeah, that's Zell.
Yeah.
That's it. That's her for her. Currently, most of them have positive traits. Major snafu over here. What some redeeming qualities about him.
Once again,
Hugh?
he is extremely talented.
No, you're talking about Hugh, right?
Is this Hugh or is it Isaiah?
Hugh.
Hugh. He's extremely stubborn.
I feel like that could be.
I think
is that right?
No, it's not. I think that as far as his positive traits, I think it lies in it's hard to say exactly. I think his actual passion, the level of passion that he has in him, is just turned in the wrong direction. I would say that his passion is his strongest asset. And if he can just turn it in the right direction, it would be a huge asset to him. But his passion is turned toward brooding and being upset about the past. Yeah, bold and brash. That's good. Yeah, he is. I think of all of them, he would be the first to actually, like, without hesitation, give up his life for the rest of the family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think even either on par with his father or surpassing his father.
Okay.
So yeah, bold and brash definitely fits.
He's kind of an Edmund character, but without being the son of perdition, effectively.
Right. He's an Edmund character, but he's also a he's Tink from Wingfeather Saga.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely Tink.
He's
okay.
Have you read Wingfeather, Daniel, or no?
Me? I've not, but I have oh goodness. I've had some experience with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's Tink, he's Edmund, he's a little bit of Brendan. Like living up to the name kind of thing that we've talked about.
Yeah.
He's all of those sort of wrapped up in one. And he feels like he can never climb the mountain that's in front of him, so why try? Just have fun. And then he gets frustrated when people keep him from having fun. You know? Yeah. That's what I see. Especially Zell. He has a very strained relationship with Zell.
What about
Yep.
What about
But he would still like get into a absolute brawl of a fist fight for her any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
Even though he doesn't, usually he doesn't want to carry on a conversation with her. But if she said, "Hey, this guy is after me,"
except for Kaith, he's probably the one that would kill the easiest too. I only put Kythe in there just because Kythe lives in a Tim Burton world where anyone would kill anyone if they needed to.
I feel like there should definitely be a scene somewhere. Probably not in season 1. Probably not until like I'm thinking post-millennially about this. Season 5, baby.
Yeah.
Where like the end of a poem is Kythe slipping a knife out of a dude's neck.
Dang.
That's crazy.
It's like just they open like not even like sideways or something like that. Just like up out of the back of the neck.
Uh-huh.
And that's like the end of the poem. They open a door and she's pulling a knife out.
Dang.
That'd be crazy.
I just feel like that's a very, very much the type of character that we're going for with her.
Yeah.
Sometime very far down the line in the future.
It's so tragic. Okay.
Not necessarily. It could definitely be someone who deserved it.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude definitely had it coming. I don't know how yet, but dude definitely had it coming.
Okay. Because now I'm just thinking.
She was being protective.
Yep.
Okay.
But that would be like 10-year-old or something like that. If we're going by school years per season, which I think is a good way to do it.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, that's a major thing that we need to have in our brains, good to go. Each season is a school year.
Yep.
That has to happen. So everyone ages up a year.
Yep.
Okay.
And we could have it out back from in the world form wise on the thing. It'd be really cool to have all of the school years be poems and all the summers be prose.
That could be
like
really
if we ever wanted to go back in and do like the homeschool Harry Potter, the Summer Chronicles or something like that, whatever we end up calling it, the Summer Chronicles, and did like a prose
do summer interludes
type thing.
Yeah, do summer interludes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
For the baby, for Jack.
You got one for Timothy?
That's what his name is. How do you say
Yes, Timothy.
No, I don't.
It's like Timothy, but with a Tom. Okay, he's also a baby. We can fudge. All babies are kind of the same.
Just like Incredible Luck, I guess maybe. Like he's just like got.
We could do the Pee-wee from Popeye thing with him occasionally.
Yeah, there's
you guys remember that? Popeye?
I do
cartoon?
not, unfortunately. I know of Popeye. I don't think I've seen but like an episode or two.
So they had a character. They had a recurring character named Pee-wee, who I'm not sure, but he was somehow related to Olive Oyl. And the idea was that Popeye would have to watch him, and this baby would like basically crawl downtown over to the construction site and then be like crawling over girders, and they'd like be raising the girder, and he like just barely crosses over instead of falling because it just so happens to line up as he's crawling over and stuff like that. And Popeye's just freaking out the whole time.
This baby is the marble in a Rube Goldberg machine.
Exactly. Yes.
So with what is her name? Keith?
Kythe.
I keep wanting to say Keith, so that's got to be
Timothy Goldberg.
What about Goldberg? What?
Debbie said you could name the baby Goldberg. I said Timothy Goldberg. Timothy Goldberg Rutt is actually a great name.
That is a fantastic name.
Whenever y'all said Timothy, I'm thinking like Timothy Chalamet or whatever.
Yeah, it's Timothy. It's just kind of a joke on the name. Yeah. What did we say?
I love my wife. Wife. She said that Timothy should have a stuffed animal named Reuben.
I love this. I'm down.
I love my wife, guys.
And he's a pig, right? Reuben's a pig.
Yes, no, Reuben should be a cow. Corned beef.
Yes.
Okay. I
What are
think
some, like,
I think we're gonna
quality-
wrap. I think we're gonna wrap shortly. Are you guys enjoying where we're at? Is there things we need to wrap specifically before we fully wrap?
No, I think
I
we're
think
good.
that
We just need a positive quality.
I think that we're good. I think that we've definitely got enough for all of the characters, at least for me to write my short bios for them.
Yeah.
What did you say, Daniel?
Oh, I just don't like. I see Kate, and she's kind of Kite or whatever.
Yeah, Kai.
I don't know. She seems depressing to me.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
That is, in fact, the point.
Are there any redeeming qualities about her? Because
Yes,
right
she's
now,
very loving. She sees the world as Tim Burton. Are there any redeeming qualities about Tim Burton films? Yes. They are full of people who have bright hearts in a dark world.
Yes.
She has a bright heart, even though she's realistic about the world. She feels like it. Well, I say realistic. She's actually dour about the world, but she's like, Mommy, when you're dead, will I have to take care of your body?
Oh,
Because
Yes,
I will, because I love
exactly.
you. Right? So it's like creepy and morbid, but she really does love her, right?
right.
Mother, whenever you are dead, do you want to be cremated, entombed, buried, or mummified?
Can I keep your skull on my bookcase, please? I want to remember
Yes.
you.
Yes, yes. Can I keep your skull on my bookcase, please? I want to remember you. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Perfection.
So she's like, okay. So she's like the one that's always like winning the. What?
What Debbie
Debbie
say?
said, "Oh, please don't say you're being cremated. I want to keep your skull on my bookcase."
Yes, exactly. What were you saying, Daniel?
Oh, it kind of makes me think of my niece, who's all like girly girl, and as soon as there's like a competition or
Mhm.
anything, she just goes for the throat.
Yep. Except Kaith isn't that so much. She's more like
Mhm.
So if there's a competition, she's going to be like she's going to be asking some things like, okay, so if she's involved in a simple game of kickball with her siblings or something like that, she will say, but what if I kick so hard that my fragile shin breaks? Will you
Yes.
will you sew it back together? You know, like
Gotcha.
that's what she's think Eeyore more than like crazy chaos girl, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Like Eeyore is not Eeyore is a goth character at heart, but he's a specific kind of goth. He's not crazy evil goth, right? There's a certain goth that's like, oh, my fragile, frail mind, and the wind blowing off in the distance. Will we ever see the end of this winter? Like that is Kaith.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Long black hair,
And,
creepy. Like you
Mhm.
sit up in bed and you see her there, and she's like, I think all the water in the world is frozen.
Yep.
It's a cold night, and she says that. She's like, how long until we thirst to death?
Yeah. Yeah. So I see that.
Okay.
The human body is mostly water.
Or just like the smallest
We're
inconvenience.
next.
Yep.
Like, would
No,
they have like
not
electricity?
we're next. We're next.
Yes, exactly.
Would they like have electricity in this world?
No.
Yeah,
No.
not commonly. It's gonna be like Benjamin Franklin era where they're like playing with electricity, but they haven't found practical uses yet.
Well, okay, so the scene I have in mind, we would modify it, of course, but it would be like some like mild inconvenience, and she's like, "Oh, we're back in the dark ages. We're all going to die."
Exactly.
Debbie says that a line that Kythe should have at some point in time is, "We don't have mummies anymore because we ate them all."
Okay.
I love it.
I like this. So like I still think that we've definitely got enough as far as all of this goes to
We've done good work here
like call this an episode. If I can suggest something for next episode,
Sure.
I think that we should, well, new year, we should focus on a new family and figure out the like neighbors or friend family or
the
families, plural.
Ooh,
Or the Rosellas, yeah.
We need to have like the oh goodness, you have Laura Ingalls Wilder, and then you have her like antagonist frenemy character.
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying.
Nelly?
Like Nelly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need like a Nelly character.
That's fair. I agree. Anyway, we'll get to that next episode. We appreciate y'all. Everybody, be your family's bard. Do not turn to the right or to the left, and the Lord will be with you wherever you go. We'll see you next time in the trenches on Poets at War. If we make it to next year, said Kythe.
For the horn was blown in the heart of the night that men should rise and ride, keeping the tryst of a terrible jest, never for long untried, drinking a dreadful blood for wine, never in cup or can. The death of a deathless dragon, that is the life of a man!
No mamby-pamby beatnik coffee lounges here. This was Poetry Bootcamp. Third Friday of every month on the Poets at War Creative Network. For more, visit joshuadavidling.com.